All right, well, first night in the tent, and to be honest with you, I'm a little disappointed. Wasn't quite what I expected, but the reason being is I'm sleeping in the middle of a parking lot right now. What happened was we left early this morning, and the drive took us about 16 hours, I think, but altogether it took us about 17 and a half hours to get here. Had to make a few stops, had to eat dinner, lunch, stuff like that, let the dog run around. So it took us a little bit longer than expected, no big deal, but we got in here about just a little bit before midnight Central Time. So we're in the parking lot of the ranger station. Todd's sleeping in the car. I didn't feel like listening to him snore or listening to the dog snore. So I pitched the tent in front of the car in the parking lot. There's nobody here, but we're going to get up in the morning, head over to the ranger station, get our permit, and then we'll head into the little town of Ely, Minnesota, and get some breakfast. And if we forgot anything, if we think anything we forgot, we'll probably stop at one of the outfitters. We'll probably do that anyways, just to kind of see what they got, kind of look around. But so we'll head into the town, and then we'll head on out to the lake and get going. Boundary Waters, Canoe area, wilderness. Fall Lake, getting ready to start our 4-day journey. There's T-Bone packing up. Jaxie.
Coco behind the camera.
There's Jaxie, he's going to be our water dog. Has a life jacket on, he's ready to go. He's been sitting in the car for a whole day, so he's anxious. He's ready to get going. We'll see how many times he tips our canoe. But it's Tuesday afternoon, and we'll be back on Saturday morning, hopefully. Got all our gear. Heading out from Fall Lake. Imagine we're going to paddle about, I don't know, it's almost 1 o'clock, about 10 till 1, actually about 10 till noon Central Time. It's about 10 till 1 real person's time in Ohio. But we'll probably only paddle, I'd say probably about 5 miles today, be my bet. And then we're going to aim for 8 to 10 miles after that. So we got a route planned out. Usually with Todd and I, it doesn't work out that way. We usually end up deviating a little bit. But we'll see how close we can keep it. Todd usually comes up with a better idea, what he thinks is a better idea, about an hour into any trip that we do. So this is where we came from, around this corner. So we're at our first portage, getting stuff set up here, getting our packs out, getting ready to portage up through here to the other side. There's some rapids and some waterfalls on here we can't go through, so we got to go around them. Got a lot of gear in this canoe. We're not doing it the traditional way, putting it on our shoulders, because we got too much stuff. We got our backpacks on our back.
But food bags, Jaxie's stuff, all that stuff has got to stay in the canoe. So we've got to carry it like this. And it's heavy. Oh.
Dude, we can't do it this way. We're gonna have to do it different.
So we just had to stop. We just walked about 30 yards and had to stop. This is why we had the portage. I don't think we would have made it through that. If you look closely up here, you can see a bear right up here. You see it? No, I'm just messing with you. Little do I know he's standing behind me, right? You see all these bugs behind me? And you can see all those. But beautiful. It's getting a little warm now. Still not too bad. Head back up here and get the rest of our stuff. Had to finish portage in the boat. Heard the little waterfall here, so we figured we'd come down and take a look. Pretty awesome country around here. Bugs haven't been too bad, other than just being back in these woods and stuff. We had to take this trail from the portage to get back to these falls. And the bugs are a little bit bad back here, but nothing crazy. Just a little annoying. But other than that, we've been on the water most of the time, so it hasn't been too bad. But this is middle of August right now, so they said that it's a long way down. I better pay attention, huh? They said mosquitoes are starting to die down this time of year. This is a real big season for canoers and tourists and stuff. It's because it's great weather. Like I said, the 10-day forecast looks great. High in the mid 70s, lows upper 40s, lower 50s at night. So should be pretty good weather. It got down. It got down into the low 50s last night, and I was comfortable. I was good, so not too worried about it. All right, I'm gonna finish this portage up. Just finished our first portage. And from there, what was it, Todd? About 150, 200 yards?
5 yards for a rod, and how many rods did he say that?
I don't know. He said it was like 150 yard portage, but Jaxie's wore out. He's cooling off in the water because he worked hard. I don't know. What'd you think about that first one?
That sucked.
Dude, it did suck.
And I knew we'd have to dump all this gear out.
Yeah. Well, what's going to suck is all this gear that we don't have attached to our packs. We're going to have to leave it behind, portage a canoe, come back and get it. We met a couple guys on this portage that were nice enough to carry our paddles and a couple bags for us. But when we get to our mile portages, we're going to have to start, if we even get to it, right? But either way, if we get to a portage that's longer, or even this long, or no matter how long it is, we're going to have to leapfrog it. We're going to have to carry the canoe, come back, get our stuff, bring it, carry the canoe so far, come back and get our stuff. So that's going to be, this is a learning experience for sure. And those guys said they could tell we were first timers. So I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, but
It's a good thing because it's pretty.
right. Yeah, so we'll see. We're learning as we go. Maybe we should have got bigger packs, but you know, is what it is. What do you think, Jaxie dog? Jaxie, what do you think, buddy? You having fun? You having fun, buddy? You having fun, buddy? Good boy. Right. Yeah, that portage is gonna suck, dude.
That's why I always like to get further than not. You get your little condiment thing, that fruit over there weird.
Yeah, I'm not gonna use it for this stuff. I might. We'll see.
I might, but maybe not.
I don't know. Whew, man, that's hot. There we go. Chicken with rib meat and mashed potatoes. Fully submerge the meat. Zip it up. Let stand for 2 to 3 minutes. What are you making?
Ham, shrimp, and rice.
Ham, shrimp, and rice. Is that the tin can?
Yeah.
Mountain House tin can?
Here, should pour more into it.
What are you eating, Jax? What was your dinner for tonight? Oh, dog food. I like dog food. We're packing it in for the night. It is about 4:40 local time. This is gonna be our camp. Todd's got his Marmot, was that Marmot Ajax 2? 2-person tent. That's the one we used in Washington. And then I got a Sierra Designs Vapor Light 2, so we'll see how it works. I haven't decided if I'm going to put the fly on tonight. It's not supposed to rain, but I don't know how chilly it's going to get. I guess if it gets cold, I can always put the fly on, but I don't feel like getting up and doing that stuff. So we'll see. I'd like to keep it off. Just, you know, stargaze, whatever. But making some dinner, waiting for it to get ready. Got my Mountain House chicken breast with rib meat and mashed potatoes, my favorite, straight from Boston Garden, or Boston Market. Close enough. Tastes like a good Thanksgiving dinner. So it's nearing the end of day 1. Pretty good day. I think GPS says we did about 8.5 miles. We didn't start till about noon. And we got to camp about 3:30, so pretty good pace going. It took a while at some of the portages, but so we got dinner. Tried fishing a little bit, got my lure stuck, so that's gonna be, so I left my pole and then left my lure in the water and somewhere down here. I left my pole along the bank, so the goal for tomorrow is, when we get in the canoe, is to get the lure unstuck. So we had a pretty good day. Eventually found camp. Todd wanted to keep paddling, but we made a compromise. He wanted to stop around 4 or 5. I wanted to stop at 2 or 3, so we made a compromise, stopped at 3:30. Made sure we got camp for the night. Mosquitoes were bad there for a little bit. I got my ankles got bitten up real bad. I don't know if you can see that or not. He got eaten up pretty good, but they kind of went away, so it's not too bad. They died down. Now I'm just sitting here watching the sunset. It's beautiful, as you can see. So I'm sitting here on my rock in the water, just on the water's edge here, and just enjoying the scenery, man. It's a good day. It feels great. I mean, it's probably, I don't know, 65 degrees, maybe 70 degrees, slight breeze. Man, this is beautiful country for sure. But we've just been spending the last hour and a half just making some, getting some tinder and getting for our fire, getting some firewood, and which kind of sucks because the camp's pretty scavenged for firewood, so we had to go back in the woods a little bit, do some bushwhacking, haul out some firewood. And mosquitoes were bad back there, but we got eaten up pretty good, and it drizzled for a while, and but not too bad. Chopped some logs with the axe, Todd's tomahawk. So yeah, so here probably about half hour we'll probably get a fire started and smoke out the rest of the mosquitoes. I got my hammock set up, kind of lounge around, and so just enjoy the rest of the night, I guess.
We're day 2 in the Boundary Waters. Most of our stuff was all paddling. We've been here at camp for a while. Slept all night long. There's a lot of things I forgot. Tried to clean some of my utensils and left them at home in the dishwasher, so that kind of sucks. Found out that we had the wrong size bags. Saw some guys portage earlier, and they had these huge bags, which are probably about 115 liter. We have the 70 liter, which means we probably could have got away with getting bigger bags to put all our junk in. That way it's a lot less stuff to carry, and that made a lot more sense. So bigger bags next time. Also, don't keep your utensils in your dishwasher and remember to take them out. So that was a pain in the butt. So Chad spent most of the night playing with his Mora and starting his fire, which he wanted to do. I'm not good at fires, nor do I really have any desire to sit by them for extended period of times unless I'm cold. So he was out here for about an hour or so after I went to bed, playing in the fire. It's a nice little spot. We got a little black ops tent site here, which is kind of cool. So hopefully it's 8:04 our time, which is 7:04 their time. Be nice if we could be out of here in a little bit less than 3 hours. That way we can get around to the next portage and get to the north side near the Canadian border. That's going to be the tough one because it's supposed to be about a mile-long portage. So that's going to make for a tough day, especially with all our gear, all our crap. So that's it for now.
Look at this. Gorgeous. It's like a good spot to sit down, take a break, eat some lunch, and maybe do some fishing. A little calmer waters over there. We're on a portage right now, about a mile-long portage, so it's going to take us a while, but hey, we're here to relax, so might as well take a break, get some lunch, and see if we can't catch some dinner for tonight. Haven't had any luck so far. We'll see though. I actually just watched somebody catch a big, I don't know what it was, if it was a bass or what, I was too far away. It was down the shore a little bit, but got a big fish, so maybe I'll have some luck. Not sure what they're using. Not even sure if I got the right lures, but give it a shot. Awesome. So we're done eating dinner at the falls. Did a little fishing, didn't catch anything. Didn't figure I would. I don't know if I got the right lures or what's going on. I think my tackle's a little too light, but so we're doing this portage. It's about a mile-long portage, so we've got to carry our stuff. We got the paddles and took everything out of the canoe, and we got to carry it to the one end to the other. See, we got a lot of stuff. So we got to walk about a mile. Then we got to walk a mile back and get our canoe and take it to the other end. So it's about a 1 mile portage is about 3 miles. So that's why we fueled up. Got some lunch before we did this, because we're going to need the energy for sure. This trail is kind of rocky, so I put my hiking boots on. Took off my Vibram 5 fingers, which I'm using for water shoes, but put my hiking boots on just so my feet don't take as much of a beating. But we'll see. It's going to take a while. It's probably going to be a couple-hour portage, I'd imagine. But thankfully, this is the longest one we'll have of the trip. So, and we don't have to do it on the way back because we're doing a loop, not an out and back. So that'll be nice. I think Todd's a little more loaded down than I am. He's got his food bag on his back. Mine's in my pack, so it's a little easier to carry. But there's Jaxie up there taking a poop for the second time on this portage. But he's pooping off trail, so that's good. Not on the trail like he did yesterday. But Alright, I'm gonna concentrate on this walk. It's getting a little rough. So.
Hello, we're going in the water. Okay.
Alright, we got camp set up here along the lake. Didn't get to where we thought we'd be today. Had a couple hiccups along the way. We didn't die today, so that's good. I don't know, what are your thoughts on the day, Todd?
Didn't die today.
Didn't die today, so
Dog didn't die today.
so we're good. What do you think, Jax? Did you have a good day, buddy? So we're going to break camp early in the morning. Early. Try to make up some ground tomorrow. But a little sore. Other than that, we're good to go. Unseen rapids, returning to the scene of the accident. There's where we came down. Right there's where we ended up. So any of the filming that I do from here on out is going to be on my phone, because given that it doesn't die, because it's the only camera that I have now. Unfortunately, my handheld camcorder got douched in some rapids. It was in a Outdoor Products dry bag, waterproof dry bag that I bought at Walmart. So, word of advice, don't buy them. They're crap. We tipped our canoe, which, you know, was our fault, but got caught up in some rapids, and the dry bag was, with the camera in it, was submerged for quite a while. And I'm not too long, maybe 10 minutes. And I have 3 different ones that I had clipped to the Canoe, and they all got soaking wet inside. But that piece of gear got ruined. My camera got ruined because those things are junk. So get a dry box. I have an Outdoor Products dry box that I had some other stuff in that didn't get wet at all. So those work. The dry bags don't. The ones you get for three for $10, they're junk. So just do yourself a favor if you're going to come to Boundary Waters and invest in something a little better. Something Sea to Summit, Seal Line, something like that. Something more industrial strength. Is either that or use a dry box. Keep your expensive gear well protected. Trust me. So hopefully the phone doesn't die. I'm using Todd's solar charger to keep it charged, even though I got it on airplane mode. For some reason the battery's dying, but hey, that's an iPhone for you, right? So luckily the iPhone didn't get ruined. It got wet too, so I don't know how it didn't get ruined, but it didn't. So yep, don't use those, they're junk. Okay, so we're at our 3rd camp, and we got everything set up. And so I set my hammock up, and Todd keeps telling me how silly I am for bringing hammocks when I camp, and how much of he thinks hammock campers, thinks it's a cult. Doesn't really like hammocks. Says he has one, but he's never used it. Says he doesn't like them. So I told him just to try it out, see what he thinks. Check this out. Uh-oh. Looks like somebody's converted. Plus, look at this view. How could you not want to go sleep in a hammock, or even just lounge around in a hammock? I'm not even sleeping in it tonight. I've got my tent. But how could you not want to just lounge in a hammock when you got this kind of view? There's no better place to bring a hammock than Boundary Waters. Awesome. Okay, so since all I have now is my phone to record the rest of this adventure, I made a little phone stand to set my phone up on when I want to record myself doing something. And while I was doing that, I took a big chunk out of my thumb with my Mora knife. I don't know if it's a good or bad thing that thing is so sharp, because it cut pretty deep. So cleaned it off with an alcohol pad and put some iodine on it, some triple antibiotic ointment, and I put a couple band-aids on it because it was bleeding pretty good. So just chalk it up with everything else on this trip. So I was telling Todd, my wife is going to be pissed when I get home. I'm all beat up. My ribs are hurting, my knees are hurting. and now my thumb's jacked up. So, but hey, got me a little bushcraft phone stand. We'll see how it works. Gonna get a fire started here in a minute and get a bite to eat, and then see what time it is. Maybe call it a night.
All right, it's Friday morning, about 7 o'clock. It's our last full day out here. We got a long day today. We gotta pretty much go all the way back to the beginning. Probably gotta go, I don't know, 14 miles or so. We're averaging just under 10 right now a day. So we got a long day. We got a couple big portages, so it's gonna be a long one. I'm exhausted. We're both beat up. We're tired. So it's freezing out right now, so I'm trying to find the motivation to get up and get my stuff packed up and get some breakfast going. Get out of here, so
here's where I slept last night. Not a bad little spot. Kind of perched on top of this rock. It overlooks the lake here. It's not a bad view. Still got some morning fog on the water. The sun's trying to burn off, but not too bad. Yesterday it was so foggy we couldn't even. We had probably about 20 feet that we could see in front of us. So today is definitely not bad. So, anyways, we try to be out here by 8. It's about 7:15 right now. So I need to get my stuff packed up and get some breakfast made. But yeah, not a bad little camp. Todd's tent was over here, and he's already tore down. But come up here, and there's Jaxie the adventure dog. But path down there to the fire, and go down that way to the latrine, which is nice to have out here. You usually don't get that kind of stuff, but it's nice to have. It's nice to have a latrine, something to sit on at least, so you're not propping yourself up against a log or something. But yeah, so we'll make one more camp tonight, maybe, depending. We're gonna play it by ear. We're gonna get back near the. We're gonna get back near where we put in at originally to start this trip, and we want to see if there's any camp spots available. If there's any available, then we're going to camp tonight. If not, then we're going to just head to the car and probably camp out in the parking lot again like we did the first night, and then tomorrow morning we'll go into town, maybe get a couple souvenirs, and Todd wants to get some antibiotics because he thinks he's got an infection from one of the cuts he has. So, but yeah, that's our plan. So we'll see how it works out.